It's the 14th of the month. You checked your bank account, and somehow, you're already down to $40. No big purchases, no emergencies. The money just vanished. Here's what that actually costs you. The average American loses $200 a year to spending they can't explain. Money that leaks through subscriptions, impulse buys, and miscellaneous charges that add up to a down payment you never saved. Zero-based budgeting is the system that fixes that. Not by cutting everything fun, not by tracking every latte, but by giving every single dollar a job before the month even starts. People who switch to ZBB save an average of $500 more per month in the first 90 days. I'm going to walk you through exactly how it works, step by step. But first, there's one mistake almost every budgeting guide gets wrong. Most of them actually teach ZBB backwards. I'll show you exactly what that means at the 4-minute mark, and it will change how you think about money permanently. Let's talk about why budgeting keeps failing people. Because it's not a discipline problem, it's a system problem. The most popular budgeting method in the world is the 50-30-20 rule. 50% to needs, 30% to wants, 20% to savings. It sounds clean. It sounds balanced. And for about 73% of people who try it, it stops working within the first 2 months. Not because they're bad with money, because 50-30-20 is a guideline, not a plan. It tells you where money should go in theory. It doesn't tell you where your money is actually going in reality. Here's the core problem. Most people budget backwards. They spend first, then look at what's left, then feel bad about it. That's not budgeting. That's accounting after the damage. Zero-based budgeting flips the entire script. You start from zero every single month. Before you spend a single dollar, you assign every dollar a purpose. Rent, groceries, savings, emergency fund money, everything. Your income minus your planned expenses equals zero. Not because you're broke, because every dollar has been deployed somewhere intentional. This isn't a new idea. Fortune 500 companies have used it since the 1970s. President Carter tried to implement it at the federal level in 1977. But for personal finance, it became mainstream when apps like YNAB brought it to regular people, and the results were striking. YNAB users save an average of $600 in their first 2 months and $6,000 by year 1. That's not magic. That's just what happens when your money has a plan. All right, let's break down zero-based budgeting from the ground up. Step 1. Start with your real take-home income. Not gross, not what you think you make. The number that hits your bank account. If your income varies month to month, use your lowest recent paycheck as your baseline. You can always adjust upward. Step 2. List every expense you expect this month. And I mean every one. Rent, car payment, utilities, groceries, gas, streaming services, yes, all 4 of them. Haircut, coffee, the birthday gift for your friend in 2 weeks. The irregular stuff kills most budgets because people forget it exists. Step 3. Subtract your expenses from your income. You are shooting for zero, not negative. That means you've overspent. Not positive. That means you have dollars with no assignment. Unassigned dollars are dangerous because they will disappear. Step 4. Every extra dollar goes somewhere intentional. Emergency fund, vacation savings, Roth IRA, extra debt payment. The category doesn't matter. Bounty, sign. What matters is that you decide before the month starts, not during it. Here's the micro payoff, the thing most people feel immediately. The first time you build a zero-based budget, you will find spending you didn't know you had. The average person discovers $200 to $400 in monthly expenses they forgot about. That's not a bug in the process. That's the entire point. Visibility changes behavior. Wait, before we continue, I want to show you something. Animated counter. People who track spending versus people who budget ahead of time. Studies from the National Foundation for Credit Counseling found that 60% of Americans do not have a monthly budget. Of those who do budget, 56% still overspend their plan. But among people using a zero-based approach, overspend rates drop below 20%. Read that again. Below 20%. That's not willpower. That's architecture. Traditional budget. You set a limit and hope you remember it. Zero-based budget. Every dollar is already claimed, so there's nothing left to accidentally overspend. The psychology is completely different. Let's get into why, and into the part most guides completely botch. Here is the mistake, and I see it everywhere: YouTube, Reddit, personal finance books. People treat zero-based budgeting like a restriction system. They build the budget by slashing things. Cut the gym, cut dining out, cut the fun, until the number hits zero. That's not zero-based budgeting. That's a punishment spreadsheet. Real ZBB starts with what you actually want your life to look like, then aligns the money to match it. Here's the reframe. You don't budget to suffer. You budget to protect the things you actually care about. Let's say you genuinely love concerts. Cool. Put concerts in the budget. Give it a number. $80 a month, whatever. Protect it. Now, when you get to the end of the month and you're still going to concerts, it's not guilt. It's proof that your budget worked. The zero-based approach also forces a ranking conversation with yourself. You have $3,200 in take-home pay. Once rent, utilities, groceries, and transportation are covered, you have $600 left. Do you want $600 in savings? $400 in savings and $200 for fun? That's a values conversation, not a math problem. Most budget guides skip this entirely. The second big mistake: people rebuild the same budget every month from scratch without reviewing what actually happened. ZBB isn't just planning ahead, it's also reflecting on last month. What did you budget for groceries? What did you actually spend? That delta is data. Fold it into next month's plan. This is why zero-based budgeting compounds over time. Month 1, you're guessing. Month 3, your estimates are accurate. Month 6, you can predict your spending within $50 without thinking about it. That's a financial superpower. Okay, remember at the start when I said most budgeting guides teach ZBB backwards? That's exactly this. They teach you to cut your way to zero instead of planning your way to zero. Cutting is reactive. Planning is intentional. Same math, completely different headspace, and completely different results. Let's make this actionable right now. Here is exactly what to do this Monday morning. Step 1. Open a new spreadsheet, or grab the YNAB app, or EveryDollar, we'll cover tools in a minute, and write down your expected take-home income for this month. Step 2. List your fixed expenses first. Rent, insurance, subscriptions, loan payments. These don't move. Add them up. Step 3. List your variable necessities. Groceries, gas, utilities. Use last month's bank statement to get real numbers, not wishful thinking. Step 4. List your savings targets. Emergency fund contribution, retirement contribution, any sinking funds, travel, car repairs, holiday gifts. Yes, these go in before fun money. Pay your future self first. Step 5. List your discretionary spending. Dining, entertainment, hobbies, clothing. Whatever is left after steps 2 through 4 is what you actually have for this category. Step 6. Add everything up. Subtract from income. If you're positive, assign the leftover. If you're negative, something has to give, and you decide what, intentionally. Do this once and it takes about 45 minutes. By month 3, it takes 10. The setup cost is low. The return is enormous. One pro tip: create a buffer category, $50 to $100, for the stuff you didn't see coming. Not an emergency fund, just a small shock absorber. It prevents the whole budget from blowing up when you forget it's your car's oil change month. Let's talk tools, because the right tool actually matters here. YNAB, You Need a Budget, is the gold standard. It is built specifically around zero-based budgeting. You connect your accounts, assign dollars as they come in, and it tracks everything in real time. It costs $14.99 a month or $19 a year. Worth every cent if you actually use it. YNAB users report an average net worth increase of $1,050 in the first 6 months, according to their own data. Yes, I know that's self-reported, but even if you cut it in half, it pays for itself 40 times over. Every dollar is Dave Ramsey's app. The free version is manual. You enter every transaction yourself. That actually works in your favor early on, because manual entry creates awareness. The paid Ramsey Plus version adds bank sync for $17.99 a month. Good option if you're already in the Ramsey ecosystem. Spreadsheets, Google Sheets or Excel are free, completely customizable, and give you total control. The downside is they require discipline to maintain. They don't send you alerts. They don't sync automatically. And if you stop updating it for 2 weeks, you're flying blind. But if you're a spreadsheet person, a solid ZBB template in Google Sheets costs nothing and works beautifully. Bottom line, start with whatever you'll actually use. The best budgeting tool is the one you open. Don't let tool selection be the reason you delay starting. Let's hit the key points fast. Zero-based budgeting means every dollar has a job before the month starts. Income minus expenses equals zero. Start with your real take-home pay. Cover fixed expenses, then variable necessities, then savings, then discretionary. The mistake most people make: treating ZBB as a cutting system instead of a planning system. Review last month's numbers before building next month's budget. That's where the real accuracy comes from. Tools: YNAB for full automation, every dollar for a guided approach. Google Sheets if you want free and flexible. Month 1 is rough. Month 6 is effortless. Start this Monday. If this video shifted how you think about budgeting, hit subscribe, because next week we're going into the debt avalanche versus debt snowball debate. And I'm going to show you the math on which one actually saves more money. Spoiler, it's not as simple as the internet makes it sound. Drop a comment below. Tell me what happened the last time you tried to budget and it fell apart. I read every single one. And if you've been sleeping on zero-based budgeting, now is the time to start. Your future self, $40 left on the 14th, will thank you. WealthFlick. Let's build something real. End of script word. Count notes. Word target: 1,120 minimum estimated word count. 1,480 words.